I feel bad for Al Simmons, aka Spawn, because he doesn't know this, but the opening to this movie was mad intense. I would hate to star in a movie that needs flames as an introductory asset. I'm good. What are you applying? I'm about to get cooked? I see why the movie begun with fire. I'll start the movie off like a demon. No hello, how's your day, konnichiwa, nothing. Here, hold a 12 on paradise. And that wasn't it. He rained on the remaining people's parade, except it wasn't water. It was most likely 5.56 that got them wet. Super Soaker, Rose Toys action. What? And the thing I picked about Al, there was no discrimination. The machines got it as well. The computer looked like a computing beast, but it couldn't fathom why it was getting struck like the rest of them. So after murking the cornucopia of people with his pocket rocket, he dipped. That was a hell of a character entrance. I can see why hell wants him. Off 2 minutes alone, this is what we got.
One of Satan's greatest soldiers.
Before I move on, look at this clown. Respectfully though, he takes his security job seriously. My guy moved the client out the way with his pistol in hand, was like, is that a rocket? My guy thought he could protect him from a rocket. Hey, whatever bonus that was given him at the end of the year, that nigga thought it gave him superpowers.
Oh, you got
What in the WWE? I want to be the Ultimate Warrior, but I keep eating ultimate cheeseburgers with extra large fries. Is this thing rocking the crest of the clown finger waves? I'm assuming this thing is a demon purely based off the conversation being had between these two, but I can't trust him. He's choosing to walk around like this. This can't be his most desired form. Nobody wakes up, yeah, I want like that stud Danny DeVito when he was the Penguin. Desirable. He can make my wishes come true, but he can't spare a few on himself. So this creature tells Charlie Sheen here. Oh wait, that's Charlie Sheen's father. He was exactly like him. Well, vice versa. Anyway, he told Charlie Sheen here that he wants Al Simmons. My guy requested him like it was a Pokemon trade. You can't just be cashing other souls in. We cut to the next scene.
Make sure he's back for dinner tomorrow night, Terry.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
But just keep the scene in mind. Also this one.
Guard the house, guard Wanda. Great guard dog.
We'll come right back to this when we get to the most pivotal part of the movie, but just keep this in mind. You can't trust anybody. Anyway, I went to talk to Jason, the man who was talking to demons about leaving the CIA, because the art where he used his pocket rocket turning the airstrip into a hot pocket of murder and mayhem had innocent people involved, and he no longer wanted to be involved with the mayhem. But Jason told him one last mission and he was free.
You don't find that suspicious?
I would think this would be the most mission he sent me on. Almost one more. It has to be the worst one. Man, save the best for last. But Al took the job and still wanted to put on an S-rank performance. Just look at the beating he was putting on this man. The first punch had dude hatless. Al unscrewed his cat with one punch. And when this NPC tossed out his swing, that was the most autopilot punch I've seen. He threw it because that's the default setting in the fight. He didn't want to do it. His brain made him and his body barely followed. Arm more limp than a spaghetti noodle being boiled. He didn't care if it landed. He was wondering where his hat went. Al, this man is not Jason. Al real deal beat him with a cheat code combination. Up, down, left, right. Move the right stick. But right here, Al discovers it was a trap. Jason was there and he armed the facilities with explosives to release the virus to a town with a population of 8,000 people. And that's when I was betrayed. Come on, we seen it coming. Gunned down by Jessica Priest. Then her freak ass slimed on like she worked at Nickelodeon. Why is she carrying around green ooze in her gun? And it just so happened to be flammable. Because they turned Al into an allegory of human betrayal. Beyond that of Jason and Jessica, his friend Terry is also on that list. Really had my guy Al cosplaying Johnny Storm, but when Michael B. Jordan played him. No lie, I would be mad as hell. Not only the fact that I was murked, that come with the line of work he was in. It just upon open my eyes, the first thing I see is this. Look at his mouth. It like he snacks on dirty diapers and he likes them extra filthy. I can tell he talks nothing but You can tell this demon thinks his entire character trait is funny. Funny looking, funny smelling, funny ass hairstyle. Just sad.
You fat, stinking, and you ugly.
Al went from having a fresh lineup to Johnny Storm. Now he was looking like the Thing or a Tootsie Pop when you're one look away from the center. So Al winds up back on Earth. We get no explanation yet. I know, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you yet. Damn, he's ugly, but scream from the diaphragm ugly? That's wild. He does look like saggy nuts though. So after getting a coat from this glowing Undertaker, he goes to his old home not knowing 5 years have passed. And this nigga Terry, his wife, seeing that, had him tweaking out, and I can't blame him. But the only real one he had left, his little dog. He came and tried to comfort him through the betrayal. She could have had any man in the world, but she chose him, the one man that was plotting on her like he was writing a romance novel. Quick question, how many of you men out there are just plotting on your friends or brother girl, waiting in the background like a side character, itching, anticipating on your moment to pounce on them like a wounded gazelle, when ultimately the relationship fails or they die? I'll be some real demons out there. Everybody has a Damon to their Stefan storyline. I was caught by Wanda the Betrayer and Terry the Conniver. It was a good thing the freaky clown demon was there, cosplaying as a birthday clown, a role perfect for him, and took him away from the scene as the pain of witnessing the duality of man took his ability to walk on dolo. We finally get an explanation. After Violator, the clown demon, gave him a sample of his stand-up, he refreshes Al's mind, taking him on a journey from his betrayal to a stint in hell where he agreed to lead this demon army in order to see Wanda again. Now he needs to kill Jason Lee, but he still doesn't believe he was dead and now was a demon. Him undigging his own grave to accept the fact that he was now a demon. That's when he awakened his spawn armor, sitting there looking like a bacon wrapped glizzy. He stored Wanda's pendant in his chest. Toss that thing to the side. I'm sorry. My friend? That mean he been wanting to f you. Just saying, man. That's what I'm getting from it.
You're letting them get to you. Every choice has its consequences.
Man, shut your ass up.
Listen, my guy, I understand it's raised bait. I see it's raised bait, but it's really good raised bait, wrapped with a personal layer of resentment and attachment. Jason killed me, got my girl taken from me, and the entire time my quote-unquote best friend wanted me to be his best man as he took my girl. So, after the introduction, I'm gonna call this man Cog. Tried to reason with Al, but was moved aside. Then he took out a sword. Whoa!
Calm down, Jamal.
Go handle the Violator first. Like, that thing is going around harassing the world with his version of stand-up. When I know for a fact everybody he talks to wishes he would sit down. But then we finally get to see the evolved Jason, everything he worked for, who seemingly only gained a little money, and a boss of just for men. And Jessica's clothes became more leather, like she was just waiting on a callback for a role in the Matrix. The demon deal sure worked wonders for them, but Spawn was getting active. Bro broke into somewhere and armed herself. Just look at him. This is nightmare fuel. From the guns to the face, this thing screamed terrifying, and Terry still getting by Jason, even though he knew 5 years ago Jason ops were going bad. Should have been trying to expose him, but for real, the only thing he was really trying to do was expose himself to Al's wife. He got the wrong exposing done. Now it's finally time to see Spawn get active. My guy made a hell of an entrance, and his cape was trying to steal all the thunder. Like, it's hard to be afraid when your aggressor is surrounded by what looks like soft and silky ass fabric. It was more lacy than a piece from Victoria's Secret. His cape was moving like David Ruffin. Okay, now it's scary again. I'm terrified. Al got straight to work, using his fingers like a vine whip, and started harassing Jason's throat with all 5 gloved fingers. Had to make sure he was close enough to hear his speech for war declaration and who it was making the declaration. But here I am scratching my head. He stole some big ass guns. We can agree these are big guns, correct? But he didn't use the big guns. He just tossed Jason big across the room, walked over to him. Still, he's armed with a big ass. We get the point. Nope, he did not want to use it yet. A kick in the chest is much better. Lift his ass up, and his legs were in the air, cosplaying the letter V. But I'm looking at the revenge menu, and guess who else is on it? Terry's disloyal you ass. Al yoked him up, suit shirt balled into his hand like a used napkin, and started breathing his hell breath straight into his face. Halitosis on demon timing, while he questioned his decision to marry his girl.
Al, when you died, Wanda was devastated.
So you f*** her to make her feel better? My guy, this is not Monster Ball. And my girl was looking good, but she is not Holly Berry. And you are not Billy Bob Thornton. You could have offered her a Kleenex. Instead, you was like, I got a blue chew. But enough of him and his Damon Salvatore ways. Al got into a shootout with Jessica and lost. My guy got hit up more than a lottery winner after their face hit the news. Was she wearing the superior leather? Had him in a hallway glowing green.
Damn.
Do not be proud. If it wasn't for the fact that you were already dead and a demon, your revenge tour would have been short. Now that he knew he was damn near immortal, he started playing. Bro, Tarzan back into a frame, kicking Jessica into the wall, and the cape had to make an appearance, even if it was brief. But Jessica quickly accepted the fact that this thing was ugly as hell before she quickly tossed a nut kick. Too bad it was caught, because his pelvis now had a mouth with teeth, and it bites. Spawn was in a rhythm, scooped her ass up under her arm, said goo goo gaga, then flung her into the railing. And then she said this.
You don't have the guts.
He was a CIA assassin before he was burned to death. Now he's a demon. What do you mean you know his character? That was a stupid thing to say. He was an assassin. Does she have Batman gloves on? Because she had no prep time. Crazy. Extra backup arrived, not in time to save Jessica, but still came to put on a show. Had Al doing like this. He wasn't even trying to hit anyone. He was just flipping while shooting. One of the NPCs came in ready and blasted Al's ass out the window, but that NPC didn't know. Al was now known as Spawn. Had nipple chains, grappling hooks. Okay, my bad. And his hands could become this. What was this? I don't know. His cape came back for another appearance, turned him invisible, almost lost all the aggro of the NPCs until... Oh! You can't get cooked then pose, but this scene is pointless, but funny as hell.
Oh, she's dead.
Why he say it like that? And Anyway, Jason ends up meeting with Violator. They talk to progress the plot a little. He convinced Jason to make the chemical bomb detonator connected to his heart, and Spawn is still going around where Wanda is. But this man Violator, an entire clown beyond the makeup. Even the main antagonist, I'ma call him Mel because I don't know if I can say his name, had to pull him down to hell to question his sanity. But he started throwing a tantrum because he wants to lead the army, considering he's the oldest demon in his employment. But Mel told Violator to shut his ass up, get ready to kill Jason when the bomb is ready so his army can be complete. And the plan was going smoothly. Jason dumbass really had the detonator surgically implanted in his heart. Violator spun back on Spawn, who now knew that he was the main one pulling the strings behind his death. But that little just said, don't worry about that. You were born evil. It was in your DNA, even when you was nothing but soup inside your mother. I think he's just disrespecting your mother. You gonna let him do that? First, your best friend Terry took your woman. Now you have a 4'11" clown saying words about your mother? Me personally, there's only so much disrespect I can take.
Uh-oh. You got that I want to be the fat little man look in your eye.
Okay, there we go. A start. Now where's the finish?
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy.
So you're telling me they had his loyal, real best friend Spaz joining on his crusade of vengeance and mayhem just to become a hostage in the first hour or so of joining the journey? And that's why he got hit with hot lead. Take your hands off the only loyal living thing in this movie. But Spawn, you're just gonna let this nigga have an entire dialogue change in that transformation sequence? Because I would have had every ounce of lead dancing from any gun I had on me, like it was a 5.56 ballet recital. Okay, I see the production and up the budget a little bit. But how does an underling look better than their boss? Once the Violator finished turning into a visual violation, mentally scarring, that thing was hideous. Evolving into an uglier creature is wild. Like damn, one form can't be safe for the eyes. Now Spawn wants to shoot the creature now that it achieved its final form. The thing was nothing but a summoned skull mixed with Randall from Monster Inc. A hybrid of disgusting. Bullets was the least of his worries, but I know a mirror worked wonders. The thing started walking Spawn down pelvis first. Its walk personified scoliosis of doom, but that didn't stop it from scooping up Spawn and violating his face. Imagine getting burned twice in one movie, once from fire and the other from a bacterial-ridden tongue. Halitosis moving like acid. It was so bad, Spaz had to hop into the fray, getting kicked in the mouth. Randall from Monster Inc. started crashing out, attacking random people like they were the reason why he was impaled. Spawn was just spamming his gun like it didn't work yet, but it doesn't mean it won't work eventually. It still didn't work. Spawn got gut checked into a Hail Mary pass, had his back fused into this fence. No Pator airing needed. Let me list a few things. Got murked within the first 20 minutes of the movie, became a demon's, got his lady taken by his best friend, had to include that, got cooked by Jessica in a shootout, and that was his first demonic performance. Got his lady taken by his best friend, needed to be stated twice. Now I must add, cooked by Violator, aka Randall from Monster Inc. Look at him celebrating, makes me mad. Spawn, you can't keep collecting L's like this. They are not Pokemon, you do not need them all. My God, you came right after the fight. You were watching him torch these people.
Your vengeance, that pain.
Man, shut your ass up.
And also, he didn't attack Spawn because of his vengeance. It was because he refused to lead the Hell Army and his vengeance. It was a little of both. Not gonna lie though. This man is talking just to sound wise. Like, go be a guidance counselor or something if you're overflowing with wisdom you wish to share. Man sounding like Miguel from Spider-Verse, talking about some sacrifices had to be made. If I was Spawn, I would have had to stare at this for a second. I know, I was made into a sacrifice 5 years ago. Look at me. At least you still look like yourself. But Spawn had no time for that. He needed to go hunt down the clown because he said he was going after Wanda. So he went to get more guns. Like that was gonna work. See, the problem was while he lost, he didn't have enough guns. But hey, with all that talking this old man was doing, he was bound to say something useful.
Guns are useless.
Finally, helping the one-trick pony Spawn realize that guns would not work and helped him learn how to use his powers. Those nipple collarbone chain whips would definitely come in handy. The training was swift but necessary. You can't keep getting cooked by this. That is a no-go. Spawn stole a bike and was on his way to Wanda's house when Now I finally understand the Violator's character. He is doing it for the love of the game. He can teleport from what I can gather from the graveyard scene. He got a truck just to foil Spawn's journey to save his ex-lady companion. Spawn's playing hostage and rescue, and Violator's having a Trevor from GTA side mission rampage. How much could he destroy before they arrived at Wanda's house? My dude stopped driving just to shoot grenades at Spawn, and I had no idea he was driving a Nickelodeon slime truck because they had a whoopsie. Made Spawn's cape and motorcycle fusion move pointless like a training sword. He was just slipping and sliding with the equivalence of being hit with a banana in Mario Kart. If this is not love for the game behavior, I don't know what is. He could have stopped with ample time to spare. Nah, he doesn't need to. He was going for a strike.
See ya, Wanda.
This man is just trolling hard body, and that's funny because there was nothing hard about his body. It was an ugly Michelin man, no stars. Do you think you have time to be farming like this? Low key, this is another loss. Why are you walking? My guy, you better hit a jog. This man has never used a PC in his life. I have never seen a more intense computer session in my life. Bro was rubbing his chin like, damn, this is believable. I'm using the hell out of this computer. Was so locked in with trying to look busy, this man didn't know there was a house party heading his way. The first to arrive was Jason, and his color is silver, so he brought a big ass gun and held Wanda hostage. But damn, everybody want her in this movie? Like, leave her be. Was there a line waiting for Al to kick the bucket? A signless sheet like it was a casting call for her love? The next to arrive at the party? Violator. His color was brown. But the only thing he brought was his dirty ass into the house, empty-handed. But why did he start wigging on this girl?
You were at my birthday party.
No, duh. What are you, regular Einstein?
And be surprised everyone is looking at you in the eyes. Top 10 most hideous. Started doing tricks even though the main guests have yet to arrive. But when Spawn did show up, this is what he sees. How long did it take to get there? Gave these enough time to set up a stage like they're performing Romeo and Juliet. Jason holding Wanda hostage. Spawn having an eternal crisis. I bet he wish he could phone a friend. Hell, I could give him some good advice. Use the long ass cape. The thing's like 20 feet long. But what do I know? That's just what I would do. Look, he's spinning the knife. More than enough time to do something. But Spawn failed the quick time event and Wanda was quickly slimed out. He sure runs slow as hell. But what he did have was a fast ass spin kick. Man tasted hell sit on the bottom of Spawn's shoe before his back felt that door. Then the floor had Jason begging with minimal movements. If he was this, why did he kill the hostage that fast? He got himself turned into Al at the beginning of the movie. But the stop, drop, and roll is too broken a maneuver or something because he quickly quelled the roaring flames with a twist on the ground. Spawn was really mad Jason murked Wanda. Look at the punch he was loading up. My guy inserted every battle chip he had for the WMD that would put the Big Show's move to shame. But Jason, the man of decisive words, talked about knocking the Sonic coins from his pocket, using the little girl existence as a common tea. Here you go, sip some tea and calm down. But then, Spawn removed the bomb from his heart and then he didn't even kill him. I guess. But plot twist, that wasn't Wanda, it was Violator, and he violated the hell out of Spawn's throat, and the endings kept getting weirder. From licking Wanda to Cog teleporting in and stabbing Violator in the arm, which had him just straight skedaddling to the fireplace. That was an eventful 2 minutes. Violator pulled him to hell, turned the movie into a vomit. He was back inside his Randall form and was toying with Cog. Spawn was on his back trying to go crazy, giving him more back shots than a regular at Dr. Miami's clinic. But all that work did not stop Spawn from getting dribbled like a basketball. But you know what did? Taking this man's throat. Inviting someone into your realm to get cooked is crazy. But then this happened.
Oh my.
What is it? I don't know, but it was coming from everywhere, from his eyes to his nipples. But hey, it helped him escape. This man Violator came back and said, the game not over yet. Started dribbling this man's Spawn once again. I guess ball really is life until he unhinged his jaw to eat Spawn. This dude doesn't even look tasty. But you know what pissed me off? Cog was coaching him instead of helping him. Less pep talking and more tossing of hands. Get into the mix, old man. Never mind. Spawn gave Violator some dreads, then gave him a Johnny Dang custom piece. It was so clean, sharp, it was to die for. And after all that, he didn't even get the girl. Isn't that how all superhero stories supposed to conclude? Wanda didn't even talk to him. You hate to see it. That man Terry a girl. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.
I came from the mud. There's